What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Two Confrontation, where we preview each week of the NFL, give our picks and predictions for the top games and performances for the upcoming week. This is the last week of the regular season, week 18 of the NFL. A lot of games and playoff decisions have been made. There are a few left out there, like the Bengals and the Rams and a few other teams, I think. But for the
hmm
most part, the playoff picture is pretty much made. AFC, you got the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Texans, the Steelers, and the Chargers. And then you have the Broncos, the Dolphins, and the Bengals all fighting for that last spot there in the AFC. And then the
hmm
NFC, you got the Lions, the Eagles, the Rams, the Bucks, the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Green Bay Packers. For some reason, it doesn't have Atlanta. And
Yeah, that
because
one.
Atlanta and Tampa Bay, they could flip
Yeah.
flop there.
So that one, I know. Obviously, if the Bucks lose and Atlanta wins, Atlanta takes that spot. But if the Bucks win, it's something with the Bucks and the Rams. The Rams are pretty much secured in the fourth seed. Um,
Third, yeah.
Fourth seed. They're
Or-
because they're gonna. I heard they're gonna rest their starters and they're gonna take that fourth seed because it's not really gonna change. If the Bucks get number three, if they beat Saints and Rams lose,
Okay.
um, so I mean, but the Bucks are going to play their starters. They want that three seed, I guess. And then
Hmm.
obviously Sean McVay said he's like, "Oh, we're going to rest our players for the playoffs." So obviously he doesn't care whether they get the third seed or the fourth seed.
Right, and that's going to make games like picking this week games kind of difficult if you have
Mm,
a lot of the starters like probably Chiefs they're going to sit their starters. Like Lions and Vikings probably won't because they're still fighting for that number one spot in the
right.
NFC for their first round bye. But Eagles probably going to sit there. Like, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Saquon doesn't break the rushing record, if they sit their starters. So I mean, yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of different things that could go into factor. But let's hop into it and see what we can do and make our picks for week 18 of the NFL here. Starting off on Thursday night, you have or no, not Thursday night. There's
Saturday
no
night.
Thursday. Yeah,
Saturday
no
afternoon.
Thursday. Yep, no Thursday night game. Saturday afternoon, you have the Cleveland Browns sitting at 3-13, traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens, who are 11-5. Baltimore is actually favored by 20 points in this one, so
Right.
breaks the largest spread of the year by
hmm
quite a bit, 4 or 5 points there. But yeah, Baltimore Ravens at home hosting the Cleveland Browns. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna
On
go
Saturday.
Ravens
Yeah, on
at home.
Saturday.
I think this one's at 3:30, or is this one at
Mhm.
7?
3:30.
3:30. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just speak of the Saturday games, they're all in the same division, which is wild. I think they planned that. Obviously, Steelers Bengals have a huge Bengals have a huge opportunity to make the playoffs. They have to have a lot of things happen, but no, I'm gonna go Ravens here at home. I know I'm not sure if Lamar Jackson's going to play. I'm not sure if their starters are going to play, but I still think if Derrick Henry touches the ball a few times, get some big chunk plays for that back quarterback, whoever it is, I'm going to go Ravens at home here.
Yeah, like you said, this is gonna be tough to call, but yeah, if Ravens sit their starters, I doubt the Browns are gonna sit their starters. I mean, they
No,
all need
no, they'll
playing
play
time
them.
and everything, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it's in the birdcage at home. Browns haven't done a whole lot of anything except for when Jameis Winston comes in and plays, and I don't think he's playing in this game. I think they're starting DTR, so I'm gonna take
Yep.
the Ravens even with no Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley's with Snoop Huntley's with the Dolphins, but
Dolphins, yeah, and he's gonna be starting this week as well. But obviously we'll get to that game.
right. But yeah, I'll take the Ravens in this one at home. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they're starting anybody or not, but yeah, I'll take the Ravens here. And then yeah, like you said, both AFC North matchups here on Saturday. Then Saturday night you have the 8-8 Cincinnati Bengals. You mentioned a lot on the line for them. They have to have a few things happen. Facing
hmm
off the 10-6 Pittsburgh Steelers, who have already clinched their spot in the playoffs there. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5 in this one. Don't know if Steelers are going to be starting their starter since they've clinched a spot there or not, but
Right.
Bengals high-powered offense. You'll hate to see them sneak into the playoffs, and then the Bills would have to face them if they got the seventh spot. And the Bills do
hmm
not want to see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T Higgins
No,
in the
not at
first round of
all.
the playoffs. So, but yeah, who have you got in this one? 8-8 Bengals, 10-6 Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Tomlin's going to sit his starters. Who knows? I know they did last year. I think it was last year they did week 18. But no, I'm going to go Bengals here. And this is more of like I'd like to see them squeeze in. I mean, obviously they have to have two teams lose. I think not exactly sure
Miami,
who
Miami,
Miami has to
and
lose,
the
and then
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Are you sure it's the Chiefs or the Chargers?
The Broncos have to lose. The
Broncos,
Chiefs, yeah, Broncos
Broncos
have to
and
lose, and Miami has to lose, and then
Miami.
Miami
Yeah.
plays the Jets, and
Hmm.
the Broncos play the Chiefs.
Yeah. So very possible for the Bengals to get in at that seventh seed here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals here. Um,
Yeah, must win
I think just
situation.
because I think the Steelers they're already in, don't have much to lose. They're going to be either be the sixth or seventh seed, I'm guessing, or fifth or sixth seed.
Yeah, let's the standings here. I'll pull up
Because
the standings
I don't
here.
think obviously are not winning that division because Baltimore is. Um, so I think they're going to be fifth or sixth or seventh.
Well,
I
they
think they're fifth or
split
sixth.
record. Yeah, right now they're sitting at sixth right
Right.
now.
So they'll either be fifth or sixth, depending on win or loss. I'm guessing they won't hit that seventh spot because that's going to be available for, like you said, the Bengals,
Broncos,
the
Bengals,
Broncos, the
or the
Chargers,
Dolphins.
or the
Yeah.
Dolphins. Yeah, Chargers are already out. Excuse
Yep.
me. But yeah, I'd like to see Joe Burrow get into the playoffs. They've been playing well. Their offense is high power. T. Higgins been balling out. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. They've been playing very well. And then obviously beginning of the season, they would have done that, they'd be definitely in the playoffs, but just had a really slow start like they usually do. So I'm going to still go Bengals here against Steelers.
Yeah, it's do or die for the Bengals. Joe Burrow at the helm. He knows what it takes to win. He's done it a couple times, college, high school, all that good stuff. So yeah, give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals to take this one on the road. And then yeah, Saturday games, full slate, not a, or Sunday. Got a full slate of games here.
Yeah.
Just kick it off and everything. You got the Carolina Panthers sitting at 4-12, traveling to Atlanta to face the 8-8 Falcons. Like we mentioned before, Atlanta is in a playoff push here. They got to beat the Panthers, and the Bucks have to lose, right? Type of deal
Hmm.
situation. So yeah, Falcons are need is a must-win situation for them. So who do you got in this one? 4-2 Panthers who've been playing pretty well, going up against the 8-8 Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to take Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons. I just think, yeah, more to win for, I guess, make the playoffs. Obviously, you have to have the Bucks lose, which I do not think is going to happen. But it's still, I mean, you have to win to even have a shot. One thing to mention here, Darnell Mooney, 8 yards from 1,000 yards. So a pretty great season for Darnell Mooney. But yeah, I still do think the Falcons take this game. I know the Panthers have been playing well, but I'm going to still take the Falcons here at home.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take the Panthers on the road in this one. They've been keeping it close, but it is a must-win situation for the Falcons. But I do like the Panthers on the road in this one. I like the way that Bryce Young's been stepping up and playing. I like Adam Thielen the way he's been playing. I think Chuba Hubbard might be a little banged up, but the Panthers.
He's done for a year. He got placed in IR
Oh yeah,
uh,
that's right. Last season,
prior to my
17.
championship game. Yeah, which was unfortunate, but um, yeah, they have been playing really well. You going Panthers here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers on the road in this one over the Falcons. I
Should
don't
be
like the
should be a good
Falcons.
game.
I do like Michael Penix. Yeah, I do like the way he's been came in the last couple of games, been playing well. Bijan Robinson's been balling out, way better usage than he was used last year as
Hmm.
a rookie. But for some reason, I see the Carolina Panthers winning this one. So yeah, give me the Panthers on the road in this one to crush the
There you go.
Falcons' playoff dreams.
Yep.
Then yeah, moving on, we got a divisional divisional matchup. We got the 11-5 Washington Commanders traveling to Dallas to take on the 7-9 Cowboys and Cooper Rush there. Washington is favored by 6.5. Already clinched a playoff spot. You think they'll be starting their starters, or do you think they're gonna be sitting them? What do you think in this one? 11-5 Manders, 7-9
Yeah,
Cowboys.
this is a big game. Not only for the Commanders but for the Green Bay Packers. If they lose and we win, we swap spots. They're currently sixth versus seventh, and their first playoff game is going to Philadelphia, which is a tough place to play. They're resting all their starters, so they're going to be fully healthy. So yeah, I'm assuming they're going to play. The Commanders are going to play all their starters. Cowboys, Cooper Rush. I've seen Trey Lance might play actually, so they kind of gave up on the season. I got to go Commanders here. I really don't want them to win, but I do think they get it done. They want to lock up that sixth seed, play the Buccaneers, hopefully.
Or the
So I'm gonna go,
Falcons. Yeah,
or the
Bucks or the
Falcons,
Falcons.
yeah. So I'm gonna or Rams. I mean, it's a toss up too. Who
Right,
knows?
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders here on the road. Um, just because I think they're going to start they want that sixth seed. They don't want to go into Philadelphia. Maybe they do because it's a rivalry. I don't know, but I'm going to go Commanders here.
Yeah, I think Commanders want to win this one, especially don't want to go up against Philly in the first round the way Philly's been playing. Even though
Hmm.
Commanders beat Philly recently, didn't they?
I think
Didn't
they
they?
split.
Yeah, but didn't they just beat them this like last week of the NFL here
No,
last
I know
week?
Philadelphia
Yeah.
or
They beat 36-33 2 weeks ago. The Washington
okay.
Commanders beat. Yeah. So I
And
mean,
the Commanders barely beat the Dallas Cowboys like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff could happen, but I would rather not play the Philadelphia Eagles and go up
Hey,
against.
actually, you should look that up. I think that the Cowboys beat the Commanders
Yeah. No, I'm
by
pretty sure
actually
they
a
did
good
too.
by a good sum too.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So
Washington Commanders. Yeah,
I might switch
34
my
to
pick here.
26.
I might
Cowboys
switch my
beat
pick
the
here.
Commanders 34-26.
I might switch my pick.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, I'm
want
gonna go
to.
Cow. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys here.
Yeah, you can go Cowboys. I'm taking the Commanders. I'm not let. Yeah, no way that the Commanders lose to the Dallas Cowboys twice this year. The last game was kind of a fluke, not a fluke. I shouldn't say a fluke, but Commanders did come back and had that shot to Terry McLaurin down the sideline at the very end of regulation to send it into OT or
Hmm.
whatever, and then yeah, and then obviously the Cowboys pulled it out there. But I mean, yeah, Cowboys shouldn't have won that one, but yeah, Commanders. I'm taking the Commanders in this one. Way better team chemistry. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cowboys going downhill.
I'm picking the Cowboys because they beat them once, and then I need
Yeah,
that to
one hundred
happen.
percent. Yeah, no
Because
doubt.
I'd like to go into just for the
Yeah,
Packers' sake. I'd like to go into Buccaneer Stadium and play them rather than Philadelphia. So I'm just
yeah.
going
You
yeah
guys
with
should
them.
have beat Philly the first week or second week or though
First
of the
week, yeah,
season.
and it was
Yeah,
in Brazil, I think it was.
yeah. You
Yeah.
should have beat them that first week, but yeah. Who knows? This playoffs are gonna be fun, but I do like the Commanders over the Cowboys in this one. You got the Cowboys over the Commanders. All right,
Hmm.
cool.
Yep.
And then yeah, heading into another divisional matchup at noon o'clock, you got the 4-12 Chicago Bears taking on the 11-5 Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are favored by 10 in this one. It's at Lambeau, should be a cakewalk. But yeah, who do you got in this one?
Yeah, obviously, got Packers here. Big win for got to be a big win for them. Obviously, if they want to get that 6 seed, really doesn't matter. But they'll play their starters. I think. I hope. Yeah, just didn't we didn't look very well. Jordan Love, not all of his fault. Vikings got a good defense. They pressured him a lot. Didn't play very well. Josh Jacobs still played decent. Um, Still a lot of things to clean up. I think they're. I mean, Ty Schmidt always says this. They're probably 1 or 2 years away from being an actual like Super Bowl contender. They're so young. They make a lot of mistakes. But I do think they beat the Chicago Bears at home, and I hope it's really cold. I hope it's snowing. And I hope we just beat the shit out of the Chicago Bears. So yeah, Packers at home.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about 20 degrees there at time of kickoff in Green Bay there. But yeah, haven't Bears haven't won a game since their 4-0 start. Yeah, they're on a 12-game losing streak. Not good for the Bears. And yeah, Packers, they look good. They're a team you don't want to play in the playoffs. Yeah, they're young, they're explosive, but yeah, they do make some mistakes here and there. But yeah, they're definitely not a team I would want to play in the playoffs, especially first round if you're the Rams or the Eagles, especially if they'd
Hmm.
have to play the Eagles. I do not want to see the Packers. Um, but yeah, I like the Packers in this one. There shouldn't be much conversation.
Yeah.
Bears need to reorganize their whole entire
Yeah. I mean,
organization.
yeah, we'll talk about that a ton after Week 18. What they need to do because obviously you're not keeping Keenan Allen. You're not keeping your big weapons. I mean, Keenan Allen didn't do shit for him really. Dropped a lot of balls. Caleb Williams is actually the reason that they won a lot of their games. And then what's his name? Their another receiver,
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, pretty much. Yeah, he had a lot of fantasy points. He kind of held them together too. So they got to make a lot of changes, obviously with coaching staff and then players
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, there was some glimpses of some bright, like some good
There's some hope.
spots,
Obviously,
but
the first, yeah, when they started out 4-0 or whatever, they're four
yeah.
and
I
three.
mean, even to
Yeah,
end the season, I mean, middle of the season, kept the Vikings within three overtime,
Packers,
Detroit, Packers, all within 3 points. So,
hmm
I mean, there's
Commanders,
some,
yeah,
yeah, there's some glimpses of some hope in there. So, I mean, I don't think they have to do a complete reswap, but there's something like I was watching a podcast. They said the Bears organization was the shittiest place to play. There's no vibes, no music during practice. Like it's just boring and no chemistry at all. So, but yeah, we'll get into that in the postseason. But yeah, give me the
hmm
Packers at home in this one. And then, yeah, moving on, we got the 9-7 Texans who have clinched a playoff spot, but are not looking great with C.J. Stroud and all of the banged up players that they got on the Texans side. But they're just going up against the 3-13 Tennessee Titans. Not much there. Probably going to rest starters since they have clinched a spot in the playoffs. So this one's going to be tough. Tennessee's actually favored by 1.5 in this one. But who do you got in this one? 9-7 Texans, 3-13 Titans.
Yeah, I got the Texans here. And the one thing you got to think about these Week 18 games, and obviously in the into the playoffs, especially this one, is incentives. A lot of these players have incentives for
Mm-hmm.
regular season. Joe Mixon is 7 yards away from 1,000 yards rushing, so he'll definitely play. I think to get he probably hasn't a
One
thousand
carry.
yard maybe. I do think I still think the Texans get it done, and they need to play this last game. They need to have a good game together before they go into the playoffs. Um, it's just because like I just feel like if you're playing so bad, you have to have a good game before you get to the biggest games of the season. So I'm gonna go Texans in Tennessee.
Yeah, they need some momentum heading into the postseason. Can't be stagnant all year. They haven't been really good since like week 4, week 5 when Nico Collins got hurt, and then just all went downhill from there. But I do like the Texans in this one. Hopefully, yeah, they can get some momentum and get some chemistry built before the postseason and make a good, decent push. Because they were projected to be number one team or one of the number one teams in the AFC this year, with signing Joe Mixon, signing Stephon Diggs, signing Daniil Hunter. Like they added a lot of players on paper, but haven't really put it all together this season. So, and CJ Stroud in a sophomore slump hasn't really done much this year like he did in his rookie year. So he needs to step things up and get things going
Hmm.
too. But yeah, the sophomore slump has been real for CJ Stroud, but I do like the Texans this one over the Titans, even though the Titans have been playing pretty well too. Been putting up a lot of points with Mason Rudolph, kept it close. They actually beat Tennessee or the Texans earlier this season.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, kept it close with the Bengals, kept it close with the Colts, kept it close with the Jaguars last week. So, yeah, I mean, Tennessee can play, can ball, but I like the Texans in this one. So, yeah, give me the Texans.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
moving on, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars who are sitting at 4-12 for the season, with Mac Jones at the helm now, facing off against 7-9 Indianapolis Colts, who actually reverted back to Joe Flacco last game. Yeah, who do you got in this one? 4-12 Jaguars, 7-9 Colts. Nothing on the line in this one except for bragging rights.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, this should be actually a pretty good game, I think. Um, yeah, like you said, Richardson's out this week, so Joe Flacco again this week. But Jonathan Taylor's been playing really, really well the past 2 or 3 weeks. He won me the championship in fantasy. If I had to pick out one player that played up to the
Yeah,
standard that he did the previous week, played really well. So I'm gonna go Colts here. Feed him the rock. Um, but it's still going to be a good game. Jags Colts. You never thought it would be a good game because the Jags didn't start off very hot, and the Colts had some. Yeah, they had some bright spots, but yeah, I'm gonna go Colts at home here,
yeah, I'm gonna go Colts as
and Joe
well.
Flacco.
Yeah, Colts and Joey. Yeah, going with the Colts in this one at home, especially just because it is at home. But the bright side of the Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr. has been balling out. He has about 1,200 yards on the
Hmm.
season and 10 tutties. So a great draft pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They just need to, yeah, probably find a different quarterback. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is it. Um, I mean, they have Doug Peterson at the coach. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl, so I mean, he obviously
Yep.
can coach a team to a Super Bowl victory. But yeah, they got to switch things up there in Jacksonville. So yeah, give me the Colts at home in this one. And yeah, moving on, we got another divisional matchup here. We got the 13-3 Buffalo Bills traveling to the 3-13 New England Patriots. Buffalo probably sitting their starters. I mean, James Cook is 19 yards away from 1,000 yard rushing, so I mean he might play a little bit, but then they're probably going to revert back to the second strings. But yeah, 13-3 Bills, 3-13 Patriots. Who would you got in this one?
Yeah, I don't think the Bills can slide out of that second seed, can they?
No,
With a loss, I think they're
no,
pretty much locked in for that second seed.
they clinched their division.
Um, who needs this game more? Obviously, the Patriots, and Gerard Mayo needs this game more. Um,
He wants to
there's
keep his
rumors of
job. Yeah,
him getting fired and stuff like that. He needs it more. Drake May's been playing good, but I just don't see it. I think even with their backups, I still think the Bills win. So I'm going to take the Bills here in New England.
I do like the way Drake May's been playing. I think he's
Hmm.
going to be a superstar in the league,
Yeah, he
for
will for
sure.
sure.
But yeah, Buffalo Bills. I don't know, man. This one might Buffalo's only favored by 3, probably just because they are sitting their starters.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Toss up for me. I like the Patriots. I give me the Patriots in this one. I like Drake May.
might as well gamble a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he can pull it out here. I like Drake May, and I want to see what he can do here. Hopefully, he can upset the Bills and walk away ending the season, knowing he can do that. So yeah, give me the
Hmm.
Patriots in this one at home, especially being in Foxborough. So yeah, give me the Pats. Yeah, moving on, we got the 3-13 New York Giants, another divisional matchup. 3-13 Giants, 13-3 Eagles. Phillies favored by 2.5. Probably gonna sit their starters, but like we mentioned, Saquon Barkley's 200 yards short of the all-season rushing
101,
record,
101,
101 yards away from
101
that.
yards away.
And he can
And
do it
yeah,
against his former team. There was
right.
a
Sirianni already said that he's not
right,
gonna play.
right. They got bigger
So I
things,
don't know.
bigger fish to
I don't.
fry.
But still, I mean, obviously, give him like 3 or 4 carries.
Nah, he's
I guess
not.
you don't want to risk it. You know, he's done that before. I mean, 2 games ago, yeah, not this past week, but week before, he had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. He was already
Mhm.
at 28 fantasy points in the first quarter. So
Yeah. I mean,
I
if
don't know.
he
I would
busts a
want the
long
record,
one,
but
but
obviously, I mean, it's the Giants' defense too. I mean, they have a decent defense, but I think he could do it. I just don't know. I'd want the record, but obviously, Super Bowl and is a lot more important. But I just don't. I still don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl either. So
it
I
would
just
be
don't
a
know.
cool,
I
yeah, it
mean,
would be a cool story to do it against your former team, though, too.
right, and
Or,
if he gets that, he's cemented into the Hall of Fame no matter what.
well, he's
Like
cemented in the
he could
Hall
have
of
a
Fame right now, too.
yeah.
Easy.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, his years with the Giants weren't great. I mean, this is his first really good year.
No way. I
Um,
mean, it is his best year. Yes, you are correct. But the
I mean,
first two
but
years in the
this is his
league,
best year. Like in discussion with AP. I mean, all the top running backs he's in discussion with. Year
yeah,
before, he really wasn't in that
he's
conversation. I
been
mean,
banged
I
up a
think
lot.
this the
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of injuries, never on a good team, not with a great offensive line. I think this is the year you get it. And it's not only an award for Saquon, it's an award for the 5 offensive linemen that are blocking for him. So I think that
right.
he should go for it, but obviously Sirianni doesn't want to risk injury. And I get that too, but man, that's a huge record. Um, that'd be awesome, but it's probably
Would
not
be
going to
cool.
happen.
Would be cool. There was a Unisom commercial he did an ad with Unisom. It's like, can't sleep? Try some Unisom. If not, count sheep. And it's him jumping over like the hurdles and stuff, and his
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
dashes of 200 yards in your head and stuff like that. And yeah, it's pretty funny commercial. But yeah, doing it against your team would be cool. But yeah, like you said, wouldn't risk it. I mean, losing Saquon, you lose your yeah the
Hmm.
whole season pretty much. So, but yeah, I think the Philadelphia Eagles still got it, still got this one. But Drew Lock has been looking good with their Giants. I mean, they got a dub last week, which
Yeah.
put him out of the number 1 pick.
Who's the who's the backup for? I didn't even pick. Who's the backup for Philadelphia?
Uh, Kenny Pickett, right? Yeah,
Kenny
Kenny
Pickett. Yeah, Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Kenny Pickett looked pretty good last week.
didn't look bad.
Um, he threw for 2 touchdowns.
Yep, no
Connected with AJ Brown
interceptions.
once.
I don't think he threw any
Yeah,
turnovers either.
yeah, I think he did have an interception.
Did he?
One,
Okay.
I think so. I think he had 2 TDs and an interception, but he connected with AJ Brown. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I still think Philadelphia gets here, but I hope they give Saquon a chance, give him a 5 or 6 carries, see how he does. If he chunks up some, like if he has like a 30 or 40 yard run, give him fucking 6 more carries and just let him like don't run anything crazy, run up the middle, let him fall down for 3 or 4 yards and just chunk that away and let him get the record. But
Yeah,
who
should
knows?
be. Yeah, it might be a fun game. It's divisional, but I'm gonna still take the Philadelphia Eagles in this one, especially being in
Hmm.
Philadelphia, tough place to go and play. So
Yeah.
yeah, moving on, we got the 5-11 New Orleans Saints traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the 9-7 Buccaneers. This one's also divisional one, right? Correct? Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Yep. It
And
is.
Tampa Bay is favored by 14. They're fighting for a playoff spot, so they're going to be starting their starters. Mike Evans needs 85 yards to crack 1,000 yards, and he's done it every season he's been in the NFL. So I'm sure Baker Mayfield is not going to let that happen on his watch. He's going to be feeding him the rock every single play, probably, or every other. So expect Mike Evans to go over on his receiving yards for the day. And yeah, who do you got in this one? 5-11 Saints, 9-7 Bucks.
Yeah, Buccaneers by a mile. Yeah, like you said, 85 yards to 1,000. It's 10th, 1,000 yard. I think it's 10th, right, or 9th? 10th?
No, it's
1,000
12th.
yard.
I think it's his 12th.
12th. Holy shit!
Ever since he's been in the league.
Whatever it is. Yeah, 12,000 yard receiving year, I guess. I just don't. The Saints aren't really playing for anything. The Buccaneers, even Baker Mayfield said, "I want this record for Mike more than Mike wants it for himself."
Right.
So Mike's gonna get the ball a lot, and then when that happens and they connect, they score touchdowns to get big plays. So go Buccaneers at home.
Yep, I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well, and I'm just looking up Mike Evans' season. Started in 2014. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
9,
so it's his ninth.
10.
This would be his ninth.
This would be his 11th
Or
year.
10th.
He has 10 already. He has 10 already. This would be his 11th season consecutive ever since he's been in the league of going for.
And I think it would actually. I think he's right now. He's currently tied with Jerry Rice for that same record. I think he's about to surpass him if he does get this year, or he ties him with this 1,000-yard season. I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah, either way,
surpass or tie.
Yeah, either way, nuts, and he's more than likely going to get it with Baker at the helm. And yeah, take over on his yards and take Buccaneers with the money line. I probably wouldn't take the spread. Spread's 14 for the Bucks. That's pretty hefty in the NFL, but yeah, taking the Bucks at home in this one. So yeah, moving on, we got another divisional. Most of these are mainly divisional, but we got the 15-1 Chiefs, 9-7 Broncos at Mile High. Broncos are favored by 10.5 in this one. Chiefs are probably sitting all their starters, and Broncos are fighting for a playoff spot. So they will be starting their starters. So who do you got in this one? 15-1 Chiefs, 9-7 Broncos at Mile High.
Yeah, I got the Broncos here. Bigger game for them. Obviously, you got Carson Wentz versus Bo Nix. Two white quarterbacks.
Just imagine.
Yeah, Broncos. They need. I mean, obviously, we've seen great glimpses of Carson Wentz back in Philadelphia when they won the Super Bowl, that 10-game streak he played. But yeah, Bo Nix is having a phenomenal year. They have a big game. They have to win. They haven't have a chance to get in. So I'm gonna go Broncos at home in Denver.
Yeah, that's a disrespectful to Carson Wentz, kind of putting him at 10.5 underdog there. I mean, yeah, 10.5 dog for Carson Wentz. I mean, he's brought a team to the playoffs. He brought Philly to the playoffs, no doubt, by himself, and then Nick Foles carried it out. But I mean, to put the disrespect on, I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. I think the Broncos lose. I think the Cincinnati Bengals sneak into the playoffs. I think
some way, yeah. I said that too, but I just don't know. I mean, the Chiefs kind of get the pick who makes it. I mean,
yeah,
you can either let the Broncos win,
and they get
beat
in.
you. No, they have to have. I don't think they're winning in.
Mm-hmm.
Would they rather play the Broncos or the Bengals? I mean, that's up to them. They can decide that if they want. And I do think that Andy Reid, he's not that type of coach, but he is that type of coach strategically. Yeah, let the Broncos win. I'll play Bo Nix and a rookie versus Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Or you win, have the Bengals squeak in and beat the Bills.
Yeah,
because that's who they would play. Bengals would play the Bills first round.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at first round, yeah, but
then you have to have the Jets win. You have to have Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to play. He took himself out last week. They have to beat the Miami Dolphins with Tyler Huntley at the helm.
Right.
No Tua. So I mean, it's possible. So I mean,
it's possible. There's a lot of stuff to go.
But I'm going Chiefs.
I'm
going Chiefs.
Chiefs. I got Broncos.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. So yeah, moving on. Is this another divisional? Chargers and Raiders. Yeah, 10-6 Chargers, 4-12 Raiders. Chargers are favored by 4 in this one. They've already got eliminated. I don't think they have a spot in the playoffs. No, they're eliminated here.
So are the Raiders. So
yeah, who do you got in this one? No, they clinched the wild card. Chargers clinched wild card.
Oh,
Chargers are
they're
in.
in for sure.
Yeah, wild card
Shit, that
spot.
changes my. Oh man, that changes my. Because I was looking
Yes.
at that and I didn't think they were.
Yeah, they
Are
clinched a
they in?
wild card spot. Yeah, so you got the Bills, you got the Chiefs, you got the
Oh, yep. Chargers at 5. Yep. Chargers
yep,
at 5.
yep.
Okay. Changing my. I still now. Harbaugh's a coach that he plays through the complete season. I don't know if he sits some of the players. Maybe so. I still think the Chargers win in Las Vegas against the Raiders.
Yeah, I think Chargers win as well over the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell's been playing well. Hopefully they give him a shot because every time he plays, they play well. So I like Aiden
That
O'Connell.
franchise is almost as bad as who we were talking
Oh,
about.
the
The
Panthers,
Panthers. No, you were talking about another
the
franchise.
Bears, the Bears.
Bears. That
Yeah,
franchise is almost as worse as the Bears, the
uh,
Las Vegas Raiders.
yeah. They need to get
Absolutely.
John Gruden back. That's what they need to do. The Raiders need to get John Gruden back. Bring him back in. I love
He
the
was
way
just there. He was just there 3 years ago, and he or 3 or 4 years ago, and he didn't do anything. They had AB. Remember, AB got his feet frozen. And he was the head
AB never
coach.
played. AB never
Well,
played
yeah,
for the
but
Raiders.
he was Gruden coached. I think he got fired. Did he get fired halfway through the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously he didn't.
Some
He
emails
didn't
came
do.
out, some racist emails from like 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Who
so
knows?
I got Chargers and you got Chargers.
Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. So yeah, 9-7 Seahawks, 10-6 Rams. It's in Inglewood, California, in LA. Seattle's favored by 6.5 though. Who do you got in this one?
Like I said earlier in the podcast, I think the Rams they're locked in at pretty much. They can get to 3, but they're locked in at 4 no matter what. Um, the Rams are sitting most of their players. I think Cooper Cup's probably not going to play a ton. Puka Nakua, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams. I don't think they play a ton because they have a big game coming up. Obviously, they're going to have to play the 5 seed, which would be the Minnesota Vikings or the Detroit Lions. Huge game, um, which is wild. You're going to see a 14-2 team or 14-3 or 14-3 team as a 5th seed, which is
Yep.
never probably happened before. So I think Rams sit everybody. I think Geno Smith and Seattle Seahawks get it done against the Rams here.
Yeah, who's the Rams backup? Stenson Bennett? Or is it the
Stetson Bennett. I know he was on leave for a while. He's one of their backups. I'm not sure he's their
and then
second
that other
string
kid, the Stark kid, or not the Stark kid, but the no, Jimmy Garoppolo is their
backup. Yeah,
second
he
yeah,
is.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Garoppolo. So I mean, decent quarterback. Give me the Rams.
there you
Give me
go.
the Rams in this one. Yeah, moving on. We got this one matters. This one's 8-8 Dolphins, 4-12 Jets. We were just talking about the Jets need to beat the Dolphins and the Bengals need to win and the Broncos need to lose in order to get the
hmm
Bengals into the playoffs. But yeah, 8-8 Dolphins, 4-12 Jets. Miami's favored by 1 in this one. Who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, Dolphins have to win this game and other things to happen. Jets, just bad, a lot of bad stuff. Every time I look like after next year, Aaron Rodgers expected to be released by the Jets. Just not a ton of stuff, great stuff going around there. Um, but I'm still going to go with the Jets here against the Dolphins. I think these spoil the Dolphins' playoff hopes, and they win.
Yeah, I hope the Jets take this dub too. I want to see the Bengals get in, so I'm taking every game opposite to get the Bengals into the playoffs. I'm taking the Jets over the Dolphins. Yeah, like you said, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams probably both leaving next year together. Is that kind of what
hmm
that's going on? So I
That's
mean,
what it sounds like. Yeah.
so why not go out, show out, put up 4 touchdowns combined together, like have Aaron Rodgers throw Devontae, get your trade stock up, and just absolutely ball out in this one. So, yeah, 8-8 Dolphins, 4-12 Jets. I'm taking the Dolphins in this one, or the Jets in this one over the Dolphins, and spoil the Dolphins
Yes,
playoffs
sir.
hopes. So yeah, give me the Jets. Yeah, moving on here. We got the 4-9 or 4-10 49ers traveling and going to Arizona to take on the 7-9 Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's favored by 4.5. Nothing can happen with this game, obsolete game or fighting for pride here. Who do you got in this one? 6-10 49ers, 7-9 Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, last game, Niners looked really good, um, but Brock Purdy not playing this week. Cardinals pretty healthy. I'm not sure about James Conner, but yeah, I'll go Cardinals at home. Since they're at home, I'm just gonna take the safe pick here. I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Yeah, with all the banged up people on the 49ers playing their second, third string players, Cardinals at home. I always like the Cardinals at home. With Kyler Murray, I mean, yeah, they're not really playing for anything, but I'm pretty sure they're going to play all their players. So yeah, give me the Arizona Cardinals at home in this one. All right, and then to wrap everything up for Week 18, this game got flexed. I think all these games weren't even decided what time they were playing. I think they just organized it as the picture happened, right? And so this Vikings game, Vikings Lions Sunday night, for the number one spot in the NFC. This one's going to be an intense game, and hopefully it's a thriller. But we got the 14-2 Minnesota Vikings traveling to Detroit to take on the 14-2 Lions. Detroit's favored by 2.5 in this one, but this is going to be a hell of a matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully the Vikings just win. That's all I care about. But yeah, who do you got in this one? 14-2 Vikings, 14-2 Lions for the number one spot in the NFC and for the NFC North title. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, before we get into our picks, I just want to kind of break down. I mean, obviously, this is the biggest game of the year. I think of the year, obviously, besides Super Bowl and
Mhm.
playoff games. Definitely the two best teams in the NFL, or two of the best teams.
Yep.
When you think about it, you looked at Detroit um, playing the Niners. They put up a ton of points, but also they let up a ton of points too with their defense being hurt. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
The Vikings obviously beat the Packers pretty handedly. I wouldn't say the Packers had a great game, but their defense was dominant. Their offense was even more dominant. I mean, what's your boy threw for the most yards in his career against the Packers? This is a tough one to pick, but Lions have home field advantage. I don't know, Kevin O'Connell versus Dan Campbell, who's
Yeah.
the grittier coach. I obviously know Dan Campbell. If it's tight, he's going for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 2,
Fucking big
and
old
they get
cojones.
and
Yeah.
they get it majority of the time.
Yep.
Um, this is tough. I mean, very comparable teams. I mean, Jared Goff, you got Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Fuck. What do
Yeah,
you
this
think?
one's close.
This one's tough. This is a big pick. I mean, 2.5. This is probably going to be the biggest bet of the weekend as
Probably
people
the
picking
most money. Yeah.
picking this game. So, what do you think? What's your thoughts? Obviously, you're going to go with the Vikings, but based on like offense, defensive schemes, I don't
Dude.
know.
Yeah. I mean, it's very unfortunate that the Lions are this banged up. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, there's no way they're winning the Super Bowl with this banged up of a team on defense, especially, which defense wins championships. The only key thing for the Lions defense is they might get that Alex Alonso back, long
Hmm.
long blonde hair. They might get him back, which is a big factor. He was the green dot. He was the captain on the defense before he got hurt. So I mean, getting him back would is huge. He might be back. He practiced in full this week.
Yeah.
So um, but I don't think that's enough to slow down the Vikings. I mean, we aren't super explosive. We haven't seen a lot of explosive plays in the past few weeks, but we've been very methodical. I mean, you saw on third down last week against the Packers, we just needed it was like 3rd and 2, and Kevin O'Connell runs a bootleg instead of running it with Aaron Jones up the middle. We run a bootleg, and Cam Akers catches a one-handed pass, or
Hmm.
CJ Ham catches a
Yeah, it
yeah.
was a terrible pass.
Right.
Um,
So it solidified the game. It sealed the game,
yeah.
but god damn, he couldn't even just put it out there a little bit further. But his butthole was probably this tight and like wanted to
Hmm.
just make the first down, make the pass, and get it out of his hands. But we can't. We handled the Packers. We're up what 28-10 at halftime or something like that. I mean,
Yeah. I
and then
mean
we
it.
fucking let them come back and
Hmm.
get in within the
That's why
get
I'm. That's
within
why I'm
three.
iffy. I mean, and Sam Darnold's made some at points he makes some bad passes, and they have, which is
Mhm.
surprising. All the Pro Bowl picks came out this week, and Kirby Joseph 9 interceptions, didn't make the Pro Bowl. Um,
Mm.
he's the leading. He's
For
the leading interception. Kirby Joseph, yeah, for Detroit Lions.
yeah.
Um, didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's what I'm worried about because he had 2 picks against the 49ers, and he's just everywhere. So if Darnold throws those some passes he does sometimes, um, Kirby Joseph's going to be there. But fuck, you can go first.
And Sam Darnold's been, especially the last game against, he's very hesitant, and I don't know if it was just because he wanted to take care of the ball, didn't want to pressure any or force anything. But I mean,
Hmm.
being too hesitant can also be a bad thing as well, and that's where you make those bad decisions and everything. But he was just a half hitch hesitation last week. But I mean, yeah, we just got to be in rhythm. We got to get the ball out. We got to be quick, make good decisions, smart decisions, and I think we take this game. I just don't think the Lions defense can keep up. I know the offense can keep up with our offense, but I don't
Hmm.
think the defense on the Lions side is as strong as the defense on the Viking side. I know we're going to force a couple turnovers, but are the Lions defense going to force a couple turnovers? And I think that's what wins us the game is we get a pick six or a fumble recovery or something on special teams happens where we get the ball and we capitalize off of it. So I'm taking the Vikings at home on the road in this one to beat the Detroit Lions and take the number one spot on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm
Hmm.
glad they flexed it to Sunday night. So
Yeah, biggest game of the year, like I said. I'm just going to go against you, just so we have some kind of type of rivalry here. I'm going to go Detroit Lions at home.
well, I mean,
Um,
yeah, you can't pick wrong in this one. This one should
I
be a
think, and
coin
I
flip.
think, to be honest, I think obviously the Vikings have one of the best run defenses in the league, but I do think they have a better running back. Aaron
Jameer
Jones, yeah,
Gibbs, yeah.
Jameer Gibbs has been playing phenomenally. He's so quick. Aaron Jones, yeah, he gets the job done, but he's not. He's having his actually one of his best years, but not as many touchdowns, not as many breakout runs like he used to.
Well, his
And
dad's been
Jameer,
hurt this year,
right,
so he
he
probably
hasn't
has
been
more
hurt.
yards. Yeah, probably has
Exactly,
more
yeah.
yards, but
I'm just gonna go Detroit. It's a toss up. I hope it's a phenomenal game. It's going to be. I don't think this can be a blowout. I don't think it happens unless the Vikings just blow the doors off and hit Addison for a few touchdowns, Jefferson for a few touchdowns, and then who knows? Aaron Jones gets in the end zone. I don't know. But I'm gonna go Detroit. You got Vikings. Best game of the week, best game of the year, possibly.
yeah.
Gonna be fun to watch.
Will be fun to watch. And yeah, hopefully David Montgomery stays on the sideline. Hopefully he's not back. We can
Yeah, I mean
handle.
that he's also might return too.
Yeah, I know. I
Um,
saw that. We can
and
handle
then
Sonic, but I don't know about if we can
and
handle the
boom,
Sonic and Knuckles punch.
I
Yeah,
say Sonic and yeah Knuckles. Yeah.
that's a tough two-headed monster to contain. And I think they've combined for like a total of like 25 touchdowns on the year, almost 30. So pretty
Hmm.
remarkable what those two have done. But I do like the Vikings this one, probably just because I'm biased, but I do want the Vikings to get them on the spot. I've been
Been wait.
keeping my hopes low.
You've been waiting for this.
I've been keeping my hopes really low, dude. I haven't been getting hyped about any victory, anything like that. This one's gonna be fun to watch. I'm gonna get hyped up, and I might crash out if the Vikings lose, but it should be a fun game and everything like that. Should be a fun week 18. I know there's gonna be a lot of teams that are probably sitting their starters, but we'll see a lot of people who don't usually get touchdowns probably get in the end zone. So
Hmm.
gonna be yeah. Hopefully you see a lot of new faces find the painted area this weekend. So, but yeah, speaking of faces finding the end zone, let's just flip flop it up because that was a good transition. We'll do our three TD locks of the week here to start things off for our locks. Who do you got for three TD locks of the week? So over one rushing or receiving and over two throwing if you're choosing a quarterback for this week. So who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Got to, like we mentioned, Mike Evans, 85 yards away. I'm gonna go Mike Evans, one receiving,
Yep.
and then like I've done the past 3 or 4 weeks, I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs, +1 rushing. He's been locked every week, and then I'm gonna go Joe Flacco, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Those are my three locks.
Do you think Packers will start their starters or play their starters for the most part? Josh Jacobs getting in the end zone, you think?
Yeah, because I mean, this is the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Bears Packers been around over 100 years. Yeah, and then everybody knows Aaron Rodgers' signature thing was "I own the
Owning
Bears.
them,
I've
yeah.
owned the Bears." Then he said during this year, last year, looks like Jordan Love's keeping up He still owns the Bears. Took over my or bought the Bears from me or some shit like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Josh Jacobs gets in one more time. If not, I'm gonna do a flex, and I'm gonna keep a running back. I'm gonna go Joe Mixon to hit his 1,000 yards. I'm gonna go Joe Mixon into the end zone for the Houston Texans.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Four locks if you need them and want them. I'm gonna take my four locks. Cincinnati needs a W here, and I've been raving about him all week here. Joe Burrow over 2 touchdown passes. I don't think he's thrown less than 2 touchdown passes
Mm-mm.
all year. I mean, he has 42, most in the NFL. Easy lock for 2+ or 1.5+ two plus touchdowns for Joe Burrow this week. So count him in for a lock. And then if you want to tag in Jamar Chase or T Higgins with the receiving touchdown, but I'm not going to throw those in my locks. I'm going to throw Justin Jefferson in with the receiving touchdown this week over the Detroit Lions for one of my TD locks. And then I'm going to go Davante Adams with a receiving touchdown over the Miami Dolphins for one of my TD locks. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, they're just playing for stock trade now and see if they
Yep.
can bring in another bag before their career is over. So they
And I
need
think, yeah, keep going.
no, yeah, they just need to have a performance in order to get on another team because I don't think anybody wants Aaron Rodgers. I know there's teams out there that want Davante Adams for sure, but Aaron Rodgers needs to perform. So I think he throws a tud to Davante Adams this week. Back shoulder, probably do a 13-yard back shoulder fade to
Do you
Davante
think
Adams.
if Rodgers does decide, I think there's a great chance that this is the last game of his career, unless he goes back to Green Bay and plays backup and
Snap.
takes a snap and
Takes a
retires.
nail.
Retires. But do you think there's a chance that wherever Devontae Adams goes, if Rodgers does want to play,
1,000.
Rodgers follows him, whether he's a starter or not, as to be like a mentor to the younger quarterback or whatever? I think that's very possible. I think Rodgers has done all he wants in his career. But yeah, that's a great. I think this is the game you watch if they both play. If Rodgers doesn't sit out, this is the game they light it up. And we both picked the Jets over the Dolphins. I think this is when they light it up and they connect and they show. I mean, they haven't really had any big moments to play in, and we've
Yeah.
seen Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams play in big moments in Super Bowls and playoff games, and they've always dominated. So it's a big game for them.
Back to the Raiders goes Davante and Aaron Rodgers.
Possibly, man. I mean, Raiders are willing to gamble. Obviously, we've seen it. So maybe, but I don't know if
Max
Devontae wants to.
Crosby on the
I
other
don't know
end,
if
dude.
Devontae wants to be back in Las Vegas, but who knows?
Well, yeah, the only reason why he went there is because of Derek Carr, and then he got traded
Right.
and he didn't want it out. So maybe he wants to go back there with his best friend. So who knows?
Hmm.
But yeah, should be a fun week 18 of the NFL. That wraps up our TD locks. Those are some good locks. I think all of them are gonna hit. Probably the only ones like, yeah, Josh Jacobs might not play. Joe Mixon might not play. I mean, yeah, he wants to get his incentive, but I don't know how long they'll keep him in there. So, but
It's
I mean,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
You
all
take. I
three.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, all great TD locks. You can even throw Adam Thielen in there with a TD lock. I had him 2 weeks and he hit both weeks. So I mean, yeah, Adam Thielen's a stud. I mean, a lot of people are going to score this week. I mean, it's going to be a
Yeah.
high scoring week just with a lot of defenses playing their second strings and everything like
Hmm.
that. So,
Yeah.
but should be a fun week 18. So let's move on to our game locks here. So 3 game locks of the week, solidifying playoff spots potentially. Who do you got for your 3 game locks of the week?
Yeah. I mean, I was looking through them all, and I feel very comfortable with these. I'm gonna go Packers over the Bears. I'm going to go Cardinals over the 49ers, and I'm going to go Seattle Seahawks over the Rams. I feel very confident in those. And you got to, obviously, the Rams, like I said, Sean McVay came out and said they're not going to play their starters.
Right.
Most likely won't. Cardinals, obviously, playing the 49ers, don't have a starting quarterback, or don't have Brock Purdy, obviously. Then they're on their third or fourth string running back. So, in the Packers rivalry, I think Jordan Love at least plays a half, put some points up. Josh Jacobs will play a little bit. Don't want to get too rusty before the first round, so they're not going to sit the entire game. So, yeah, I got all 3 of those, Packers, Cardinals, and Seahawks.
Yeah, just want to piggyback off sitting a week or two and getting rusty. All these college playoffs too. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of the teams that you thought were going to win,
All 4 of
Georgia.
them.
Yeah.
All four buys lost.
Yeah, right. How nuts. Yeah, you would think you would want to play right away, keep the momentum going and shit like that. So, I mean, having that first round bye might not be a good thing. Obviously, for the Vikings and Lions, it would be.
It's different. Yeah, way different.
Right,
You're
way
playing 12
different.
games versus 18. Yeah.
And we had a bye week 6. Lions had a
Hmm.
bye week 5. We haven't had a break since then. So definitely one of the teams does need a break. But yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off that real quick because I saw like the scores from this week and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So,
Hmm.
but yeah, like you said, all four. But yeah, my game locks of the week. Just since I'm gonna keep the black and orange theme, I'm gonna go the Cincinnati Bengals with the game lock over the Steelers to make a push for the playoffs. I'm gonna go the Jets over the Dolphins to help the Cincinnati Bengals make the playoffs. And then just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go the Minnesota Vikings over the Detroit Lions on Sunday night for one of my game locks, just to keep the high hopes, or I mean low hopes, but I want them to win real bad in this one. So yeah, give me the Minnesota Vikings as my third game lock over the Detroit Lions on Sunday night.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, wraps up our game locks and our picks and our TD locks and everything like that for week 18. So I don't know how exciting week 18 will be as far as all the other games, but I do know that one on Sunday night is going to be a doozy. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a
definitely,
banger.
definitely tuning in for that one. So, but yeah, like we were mentioning, college football has moving on to the second round. I guess third round of the playoffs if you look at the first weekend as yeah wild card and then second
Hmm.
round and then yeah, now we're on to the third round here. um what are you most surprised? I mean, yeah, like you said, all four teams of the bye lost. So
Yeah.
who do you got? And who do you got? Like, so we got Texas and Ohio State. That one should be a good one. And
Hmm.
then we got Penn State and Notre Dame. Didn't think either of those teams would be this far. But yeah, who do you got in this one? Or I mean, not in this one, but like, who do you
I mean, I can
what
pick
do
from
you see?
both of them. I mean, most shocking, or well, let's talk about the last game. The best game of the playoffs so far was Arizona State. How dominant they played. Scatabo played phenomenal. Two rushing touchdowns and a passing. Uh, Played phenomenal. Unfortunate they couldn't make it. But out of these two games coming up in the semifinals, I'm probably going to go Ohio State. The connection with the quarterback and that young receiver, I can't remember his Smith or what, I can't remember his name, number for Ohio State. Fuck, it doesn't
Henderson?
matter. No, he's the young kid. He had 187
Oh,
yards
Justice
receiving.
Smith. Yeah. Yeah.
Smith.
187. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeremiah Smith.
he's like 17 years old or something like that, or 18 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ohio State in that one, and then I got to go Notre Dame. I'm a big fan of Riley Leonard. Um, Go coming from Duke, um, playing well, and then yeah, Notre Dame. That's a team to beat. That's gonna be a good game. Penn State, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Um, Very good game. So I'm gonna go Notre Dame and Ohio State. Um, we've never seen. I don't think we've ever seen that matchup. Maybe we have back before I was born. But Notre Dame, Ohio State,
I don't think in the
championship.
championship. I don't know about in
Right.
the championship. That might be something to look up there. But just to tag back before I forget the Arizona State and Texas game,
Mm-hmm.
Arizona kicked a field goal at the as the regulation was expiring. It was blocked, right? It
Mm-hmm.
hit the ground and then bounced through the upright. In the rules, there's a live ball rule where it says if a punt or a kick is blocked and it hits the ground without anybody else touching it, it's still a live ball. And if it bounces through the upright, it's still counted as a field goal. This might have been a video or something like that, but I did see that. And Arizona State is appealing their loss to Texas. Um,
Well, I mean,
and
I
I mean, it's said
understand
and done
that.
with. Yes, it's over and said with. But if Texas ends up winning the whole thing and that does play out and it's accurate, it's going to have an asterisk next
I
to
said they're
Texas
Texas. Yeah, I
championship.
don't
So I
see
mean,
Texas win. I mean, Quinn Ewers been playing phenomenal. That's
didn't have
crazy.
the yeah.
I guess I didn't know. I mean, I feel bad for that Burt, the Texas kicker. He makes two big ones to seal the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Um, Tough, and his name's Burt, so you got to love him. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, but no, I
And
just
then
go ahead.
yeah, and then the coach for Arizona State is the youngest collegiate head coach. I think he's
Yeah,
like
he
34.
looks like he's
Yeah,
25. Yeah,
right, exactly. But he made his players instead of just heading to the locker room after the
shake
game, he
hands.
made them said, "No, we shake hands, win or lose. I know it sucks, but this is what
Hmm.
men do. This is what sports all about, all that good stuff." So, yeah, respect to the Arizona State, they played their asses off. They were projected to be the bottom in the Big 12 or something like that,
Hmm.
and they ended up making the playoffs, being ranked number 4, having a first round bye. So, I mean,
That's the only team that showed up in the second half. Showed up in the second half.
Mhm.
Out
And
of
Scatabo should
out of
have,
all the buys. Yeah.
yeah, and controversy. Scatabo was, yeah, I know he was a Heisman contender. What did he make? Was he a Heisman
No,
contender or no?
so they only picked the four.
He
He
should
was
have been a
fifth. He was
Heisman contender.
fifth in voting.
Yeah, it should have been. He had a hell of a year, hell of a season, and
Hmm.
yeah, he showed it during that game too that he should have been MB
Yeah.
or Heisman. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
1500. Yeah, I think I mentioned that stat. He had 1,500 rushing at the end of the regular season, and then 500 receiving, and that's actually more than any running back that has won the Heisman. Nobody running back has had that stat.
Reggie Bush.
So who knows? He didn't have that. No,
No,
1,500
yeah,
and five. He must have had less than. Might have had like
1,500. Yeah,
1,800 yards rushing and 300 yards receiving, but nobody has had
yeah,
15,500.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Damn,
who
nuts.
knows?
Yeah, well, college football is fun to watch. Ohio State put an ass whooping on Oregon as well.
That was
Penn,
embarrassing.
yep,
Embarrassing. As a
yep,
number one seed, you get your ass whooped like that.
yep, yep. And
Unacceptable.
Ohio State came to play, and they put an ass whooping on Tennessee as well. The
Yep.
week prior, Penn State put a butt whooping on Boise State. Ashton Gentry had like 2 fumbles or something, and only
Two
yeah,
fumbles in the first half.
yeah. So I
Lost. He
mean,
lost. He didn't lose one, but he lost one of them.
right. So I mean, yeah, didn't show out for his Heisman contention. And then Notre Dame, yeah, put an ass whooping on Georgia. It was like 3-3 in the first half, and then
But
second
you got to
half,
think. I mean, Georgia starting that Gunner. I can't remember his last name. Gunner.
yeah, the one that
Um,
got banged up in the playoff when Carson Beck
yeah,
went down.
ran
Yeah,
that first down run and got banged up.
Gunnar
Yeah, Carson
Stockton. Yeah,
Stockton. Yep. He played well. I mean, he had 200 passing yards.
came back.
Played pretty
Yeah,
well.
came
But
back or tried to,
you
but
can't really
yeah,
expect to win with a backup. I mean, obviously, your coaches are really, they put all the faith in you to win the game,
yeah,
all the trust or whatever, confidence. But
I don't think
it's
they would
tough
have
in a
beat
playoff
him.
game.
I don't think they would have beat him even if they had Carson Beck. I don't. Carson
Probably
Beck's not
not.
that good of a quarterback to be in my eyes. This season hasn't played
He'll
very
probably
well.
go pretty. He'll probably go pretty high in the draft.
Yeah,
But
probably maybe after that injury though, his stock might have went down a little bit, but
oh,
because
100%.
it's
Yeah.
the same thing as Brock Purdy had, right? That shoulder thing where he got hit
Hmm.
as he was throwing.
Yeah.
So who knows? But yeah, I have Texas making it to the championship against Notre Dame.
Hmm.
Notre Dame, that coach is a
So
good coach.
You have Texas beating Ohio State.
Yeah, 100%.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Texas beating Ohio State, and then yeah, Texas against Notre Dame. I do like Penn State though. They've been playing pretty well, but Notre Dame, yeah, I do like the Leonard kid. He had balled out. He hurdled the
Riley
kid
Leonard.
last
Yeah,
night. Yeah, he hurdled the kid.
I saw that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, he's been playing well. The coach is phenomenal. It's just a well-rounded team.
Marcus Freeman. Hell
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So I like Notre Dame and Texas, and I actually have Texas winning the whole thing. Um, and so yeah, I like Texas. I hope they give Arch Manning a shot. And if Quinn Ewers plays like he did last, like I think he had 2 interceptions right away, or had
I don't know.
something
He
wasn't
balled out
looking
again.
good
Maybe that was the first game because he had like 330 something yards passing in their last game.
against
I don't think he
Arizona
had.
State.
Yeah, he might have had 2 interceptions though. You could be right.
Well, I think the Arizona State was up and like controlling the game, and then Texas kind of came back. Am I not right? Let me look. I'll just pull it up.
No, Texas was controlling the game. I think
Yeah, Texas was up
uh,
14-3 at first quarter.
Arizona.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're right. Maybe Quinn Ewers did throw a few interceptions.
yeah. He
Makes
only
it
had he
more
only
sense.
had
But
one
they missed a lot of field goals too. I mean, they missed two
Yeah,
field goals too.
with that redhead, the fluffy haired kid. Yeah.
Yeah, Bert.
So yeah, Bert. So 3 TDs, 1 interception for Quinn Ewers, 322 yards. Actually, he didn't play that bad. 20 for 30.
Yeah,
So I must have been
but
thinking
shoot,
of the
it's
last
gonna be
game.
fun.
But
When's the next games? Do you know?
yeah,
Yes, I don't even know.
yep.
Probably
It's
next weekend.
January 10th and
Okay,
January
so
9th.
Friday,
Yep.
Thursday and Friday.
Yep. January 9th and 10th is Penn State and Notre Dame are on the 9th, and Texas Ohio State are on the 10th.
Hell yeah.
So back to
It's
back
kind of
games there.
yeah, it's kind of nice that
Thursday,
they're
Friday.
replacing Thursday. I mean, at least they're replacing NFL football with a Thursday night game. You have something to watch on Thursday nights.
And then championship is January 20th. So
There you
should be fun. Yeah, like I said, I have Texas and Notre Dame, and you have Ohio State and Notre Dame.
go. Hmm.
So yeah, should be a good NCAA wrap up. Did you like this 12 team bracket?
I don't know. I mean, it's the seating might have been a little bit messed up. I just don't know. I just don't know about the smaller
Boise
conferences,
State being
the smaller
3, yeah.
conferences being three.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arizona State showed out. I mean, they're a smaller conference, and they were 4.
No, they were Ohio State was 8. Or who'd you say? Arizona State?
Arizona
Oh
State, they
yeah,
were
they were.
4.
Yeah,
They
but
played
they
really
shouldn't have.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
They easily could have won that game.
Mm,
I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I like it because there's more games,
yeah. More
um,
teams have a chance and
a chance.
everything.
Yeah, but
Do you think there's a
they might need to do. I don't know if you can do one team from each conference. I think you have to pick the best 12 teams, whether it's
all
four
from the
teams from
same?
the
Right.
SEC or whatever it is, Big
Yeah.
Ten or whatever,
Yeah. I don't
whoever
think.
you want to pick.
I don't think. Yeah, like Miami should have been in there. I think like
Miami,
over
Miami, Mississippi. Is it
Ole
Mississippi
Miss.
State? Ole
Ole
Miss.
Miss.
Yep, Ole
Yeah.
Miss with what's the coach's not fuck what's
I
his
can't
name?
remember his name, but they got the quarterback like nice hair.
Blonde
Yeah.
Paxton or Maxton?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
blonde
that.
hair. Yeah. They
Yeah.
they blew the. I watched that game last night. They played at like 9:30. They blew the shit off the doors of whoever they played. Yeah, I mean, you could pick some better teams to be in there, but I think it is deserving. If you win your conference, you do have a shot to make. You should have a chance to make the playoffs, but they might have to have some like playing games or some shit like that. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Well, who knows? I kind of like the 12 team. I mean, something different. I mean, I like the opportunities that other teams get. Like Boise State, you
Hmm.
never would imagine them, but I mean, at least they got a
No,
shot and they did have a great
even
season.
ASU. I mean, I didn't think they would be in the
SMU.
playoffs. SMU,
Oh,
ASU, yeah.
ASU. Yeah. ASU, SMU. Yeah. Both of those teams and SMU got their ass kicked by Penn State as well.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fun though. I like watching football. Yeah, I'm excited. And then NBA, NBA has been yeah almost halfway through the season here and everything like that. Don't really know much about it. I'm in a fantasy league. My fantasy team's balling out. That's all I really know. Haven't
Hmm.
been paying much attention. I know the
Yeah,
Celtics are
me
still
either.
doing well. Um, who else is doing well?
All I know is Jimmy Butler asked for he
A
does not want to
trade.
play with the Heat anymore.
Yep, and he got suspended for 7 games because he
Yeah,
did violated like team conduct or
and
something like that. Or
he's losing 534 or something thousand every game that he misses. So
yeah,
he's so you just take that. He's missed say 6 games. He's losing over 4 million for 7 games, 4.5 million.
right. And then he's doing it because he wants to get traded. So I
He
mean,
will. He will. He'll end up on.
there's a lot of trade conversations. Him going to like yeah, a lot of different like 4 different places, and stuff like that. But yeah, I like the NBA when becomes February 4th, like after like Valentine's Day and shit like that, after trade deadline, Valentine's Day, All-Star break, and then
Mhm.
after that, then that's when I kind of get into it because yeah, football is kind of over with after that, and then
Yeah.
yeah, then I can just focus on basketball. But yeah, yeah, basketball is fun as fuck to watch as well. So I mean the ratings have gone down. They're like 45% down from
Hmm.
last year, and that's just because all they do is shoot threes anymore. I think Celtics are averaging like 55 threes a game.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
Right,
there's no defense either.
right,
It's just tough. But I mean,
yeah.
I did see something that was the percentage came out, and then they like the next week they had all those fights with like Tyler Hero and stuff. They're
And
trying
then
to
the
bring
percentages
back
rose up. Yeah, right.
yeah, they're trying to bring back the percentage or
The
the
Rockets with
watchers,
them,
yeah,
yeah, Sir
viewers.
Thompson, yeah, right. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, yeah. So I don't really have much else though. I mean, last week
I
of the
mean,
NFL.
hmm.
College football is wrapping up. We got a couple weeks left of that, and
Yep.
then yeah, NBA is kind of in full force. Got
Hmm.
golf starting back up. Um, yeah, what else?
I don't know. I mean, what we got 4 more podcasts until the NFL is over. I mean, we got obviously this week, and then we got the wild card round. You got the divisional round. You got the AFC,
Conference.
NFC championship, and you have the Super Bowl. So we have 5 more podcasts, maybe 6 until the NFL
Yep,
is over. We'll probably strictly stay NFL.
just
Obviously,
NFL.
hop into college football. Obviously, because they'll be playing, and that championship will be over before the Super Bowl. Obviously, so
Yeah,
yeah, I
we
have nothing else to add. We'll hop
might
into
go
other
here
sports
and
then.
there.
Yeah,
Right, but
yeah.
yeah, then like so we'll probably stop after football is done, but then maybe come April when the draft goes, we might do like a live feed like we've done last couple of
Hmm.
years and do like watch the draft or something like that or the
Or even do
combine or yeah,
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
March
combine.
Madness maybe, I don't know.
Combine's huge. I mean, I've always liked watching the combine. NFL drafts in Green Bay this year.
That'll be fun.
Um, that'd be
That's gonna be
awesome.
cold
Yeah.
as fuck. Where's it gonna be at? Inside, hopefully.
No, it's gonna be outside for
I
sure.
guess it's April, but
It'll be
still,
50s probably, 40s,
yeah,
50s.
damn. Well, that's still kind of huge for Green Bay. They'll never get a Super Bowl there, so it's kind of nice to have the draft there to get some
Yeah,
attention.
they probably never. I mean, who knows? I mean, they have a nice facility. They probably never get a Super Bowl. I don't know
Well, I
why.
mean, the nice facility, but it's old as fuck and it's outdoors. I
Hmm.
don't think there's been a Super Bowl outdoors
But dude, how awesome would that be if the teams are willing to play outside in the snow and how cold it would be? I mean, fans would have to
in
just suck it
February.
up.
Yeah, no way.
But but I'm
That's
saying like the
happening.
pictures you can get if it was snowing and just like having like snow coming down
Yeah,
like the Pittsburgh and Cleveland game this year and having that as a Super Bowl.
I
I
mean, yeah,
mean,
that was a
there
fun
was
game.
there's been some AFC championships like that. I mean, obviously Vinatieri kicked the AFC winning uh, kick,
Yeah,
AFC
for
championship
the
winning
Patriots.
kick in the
Yeah,
snow. Yeah,
yeah, and they had to
but
clear out like a spot. I mean,
hmm
the Packers and the 49ers 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that was in the
negative
snow like a
negative
blizzard.
two. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was awesome.
for the divisional or AFC or for the NFC
But they'll
championship
probably
or
never have a
whatever.
Super Bowl outside at
No,
that
probably
time.
not.
No,
Yeah, probably not. But it would
not
be kind of
February. Yeah, not February. Because some places if you go to like you wanted to. I mean, obviously you still could. I mean, there's certain places you could have it outside, but like if you go to Kansas City, Minnesota, I mean, they're gonna have Super Bowl because they have
oh yeah.
inside stadium.
Yep.
But like Kansas City, Minnesota, um, Buffalo, like New York, you're not playing in those in February.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, I mean,
That's all I got.
yeah, should be fun though. I mean, yeah, well, but like we were saying, we'll probably add in like yeah, draft or something like that following middle of the summer. But yeah, we'll probably just stick strictly to the NFL season. I mean, it was fun doing the picks and everything like that, and then we'll just got to see who finishes out with the higher record. I know we're getting close here towards the end, so
Hmm.
we'll go over that next week. But yeah, I mean, do you have anything else to add? I mean, that wraps it up for week 18 of the NFL. And then I know we touched on a few other things, but yeah, coming down to the wire, dude. Last few
Yeah,
weeks of the NFL, and it's been a
yeah.
hell. I
There's
think what are we
two things
sitting
I'm
at
hope
for pods? How many?
for
80?
pods. I mean, shit, we're at 84, I think, or I can check right now. But one thing I'm hoping for this week is I'm hoping the Commanders lose and hoping the Packers win. I want that 6 seed. I want to play the Buccaneers at home. Uh, I think we can beat them. Philadelphia's gonna be tough to play in with their crowd and everything
Yep.
like that. And yeah, Vikings. I'm looking forward to that Vikings Lions game on Sunday night. That's gonna be one hell of a game. I hope. Hope it's not a fucking barn burner where the defenses actually do show up and the offense can't do shit, or they play nonchalant or like they play soft because they don't want to turn the ball over, like you were saying with Sam Darnold. Yeah, hopefully it's just a great game.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And then yeah, I mean, yeah, we're heading on to like almost 100 episodes of the podcast. So yeah, we're cruising along, and yeah, it's been fun, and we'll see how it wraps up here towards the end of the NFL season here. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's basically all I got. So we'll see you guys next week on the pod. And then yeah, we'll see who's left in the playoffs next week. And then Happy New Year, 2025, first episode of 2025. It's kind of crazy how fast 2024 went, but
Hmm.
Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week on the pod. Until then, peace.
Peace.